Hey everyone. So I wanted to talk about something that I've been reflecting on all week, and it is the subject of consistency. Before I touch onto this subject, though, further onto the subject, I do want to sort of throw back to last week because I want to thank every single person who shared their story with me. It was very inspiring. It was touching, almost overwhelming. It was an unbelievable testament to what we have the power to share here. Everyone's story was so heartfelt, and I understood every single one. Whether you were telling me about your challenges of fitting into a thin world, or even a couple of stories of thinner people talking about how they are, I don't want to say vilified, but they get constant anorexia cracks or eat a sandwich cracks. It's interesting how someone's weight is such a public issue. It's like your weight, you don't own your weight. Your weight seems to belong to everyone, whether you're thin or whether you're heavy. There's this idea that it's perfectly acceptable to comment on somebody else's status, where they are. I don't get that. Weight is personal, and you could be skinny and not be happy where you are, and you could be fat and not be happy where you are, but it's really nobody's business in the end to talk to you about it. It's just as hurtful to hear, you really should eat a sandwich, or don't you ever eat? What's wrong with you? As it is to hear, oh, but you have such a pretty face. So I think that's something to think about. Fat or skinny, wherever you are, your weight is your own. You should own it. No one needs to talk about it. So that resonated deeply with me. Everyone's story resonated deeply with me, so thank you so much for your testimonials. I know it's tough to write them out. It's easier to, I know for me anyway, it's easier just not to say anything about it, almost to pretend like there isn't a problem. Like if you kind of pretend like you're not stuck in the chair, or if you pretend, oh, I just don't like the beach, I hate sand, or I don't like amusement parks, I'm scared of rides. It's almost like you're putting up a wall, you're putting up your defenses, but it's a defense mechanism also that keeps you from really admitting to yourself that there's a problem. I know it was like that for me anyway. I would never admit that the reason why I wasn't going someplace was because I thought I was too heavy. It was always because I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. So to write it down and to tell me about it and to tell other YouTube people about it is so brave. Not so much because you're sharing it with me or sharing it with somebody else. That's the easy part. By writing it down, you're forcing yourself to think about it, and you're admitting it to yourself, and admitting something to yourself, and doing that introspection. That's the hard part. That's the part that hurts. That's the part that hurts. So thank you, everyone. Everything you wrote has not gone unnoticed, has not gone unappreciated. I thank you so much for that. So now to touch on this week's, subject is consistency. I have spoken a couple of times about the time when I lost a lot of weight. And the most important thing with me losing all that weight was consistency. And I just haven't been consistent. I did lose 10 pounds. I am very happy for that. I laud myself for that because that's 10 pounds earned. But I can't help but think that I could be doing better because I'm not consistent. I will diet during the week and play during the weekend. One of the things that is important about dieting and getting into the mindset of dieting is you have to be ready to change your life. At least you need to be disciplined. I need to be disciplined. If I can't be disciplined for this moment of time to lose this weight, how can I expect to be disciplined for the rest of my life to keep this weight off? Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for the 10 pounds, but I'm also not, it's very bittersweet because I'm proud of the 10, but I know I should be doing better. I need to expect more from myself. I can't make excuses. It's great to say, well, I'll just do better tomorrow. I can't rest on my laurels of losing 10 pounds. Absolutely not. That's a trap. I need to say, okay, I lost 10 pounds. Now what? What's next? I need to top my next goal. I need to do it better. I have a lot going on in my head, so I'm sorry if I'm scattered. Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed in myself with the consistency. I know I said that the summer is a hard season to diet, and it is. It's a very hard season to diet. July is a terrible month for me to diet because it's like my birthday month, and you know, when it's my birthday, I think I should take the whole month. But I need to really get on the ball. I need to get in my mindset. The thing about dieting, or I hate to say dieting, about changing your eating, is that you really need to get your body used to a certain way of eating. Your body needs, and you need to get your metabolism going. And when you go start, stop, it kind of confuses things. And I think it's just better to be consistent on it. There's something to be said about sacrifice. There really is something to be said about sacrifice. Maybe I'm a little spoiled and I don't want to sacrifice, but I need to. I need to take a block of time, I need to commit, I need to be disciplined, and I need to say, I am changing. And that cocktail is tempting, that creme brulee is tempting. Gee, I would love to have a twice-baked potato right now. But I had so many opportunities to have those. So why not just take this block of time and do it? A lot of people will say, well, you can't do that because you'll crave. You can't do that because you can't deprive yourself. But am I depriving myself by paying attention to what I eat, to putting down the piece of cake? I've had cake. I've had a lot of cake. Hello, I've had cake. Look at me. This is the body of a person who's had their share of cake. Maybe I need to stop having the cake. So let's see how I do. This is going to be really hard. You know what? I feel, honestly, I feel like I'm talking out of my ass right now because I know that I'm going to do really good this week. But come my birthday weekend, I'm going to have fun. I know it. But you know what? I just got to work on it. You know, every week I learn something new about myself. This is what I'm learning about myself now. I'm going through a little bit of a bittersweet thing. You know, where I'm happy that I lost the weight, but I feel like I should be doing more. I am working out. That's a plus. I'm tackling those stairs. I'm running up those stairs now, which is awesome. So yeah, but I still can't help feel like I'm not doing enough, that I owe myself more. And that maybe I should push myself, because if I'm not going to push myself, who's going to push me? I don't have that Jillian chick from The Biggest Loser standing over my shoulder, putting her boot on my neck for me to do push-ups. I've got to do it myself. So maybe I need to get tough on myself. So let's see what I do. I didn't lose any weight this week. And, well, actually, no. I'm going to correct that because I didn't weigh myself. I'm not going to weigh myself every week. I'm not going to be a slave to the number. But I know I feel good. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens next week. Let's see on Saturday where I am. where my headspace is going to be. One never knows. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye.